Well, welcome back to Talking Shakers. Today with me are our two correspondents, Mark Higginson, who covered the game against Rochdale on Saturday, and Mark Isles, who went to Chesterfield on Tuesday night. Well, Mark Higginson, we've got two Marks today, Mark Higginson and Mark Isles. Mark Higginson, we'll call you Ico, I think, for these purposes. You were at against Rochdale on Saturday, and it was, well, not to beat around the bush, a bad performance, wasn't it?
It was dreadful, to be honest, Neil. In all the time I've been covering Bury, it's the worst performance that I've seen the lads put in. The first 20 minutes they were all at sea. I mean, Rochdale could have had 5. They hit the bar. Belford made a good save. This is the same defence, pretty much, that got the lads promoted. But they were terrible on Saturday and they need to turn it around quickly.
Is there anything in particular? Is it a case of they've stepped up a level? Is it a case of changing the defence around? What is it in particular?
I think it's a few things. For example, Cameron Belford seems to be suffering with confidence. He ended up losing his place in the team on Tuesday night. Trevor Carson came in. Sogshi has been caught out a few times. He's not looking the dominant force that he was last season. Joe Scars, who was the best left back in League 2 last year, he just doesn't look like he's on it as much as he was last year. And
it hurts all the more, doesn't it, when it's a local derby? I mean, there's a big rivalry between Bury and Rochdale.
Of course it does. These are the games that you want to win. I mean, the players, they go down in folklore if they beat Rochdale 4-2, but it's the Rochdale players that have gone down in...
Absolutely. And then things didn't improve. Ailsa, did they, on Tuesday night at Chesterfield? You were there. Well, probably did improve to be playing. It was a 1-0 defeat away. What did you make of that?
I think going off what Higo says on the defending side of things, I think it was improved. I think Sodji looked quite strong. Easton looked quite strong. You know, Chesterfield didn't have a lot going forward, but it was just one straight ball that did him in the end, one goal, and then some truly woeful finishing from Cullen. He missed a sitter. I don't know how on earth he managed to do what he did, but I just felt they lacked a lot of creativity in midfield. You know, and everything in the final third just wasn't going to plan, and they look like a team so demoralised at the minute, and that's coming from the very top.
Were there any confidence issues that you could distinguish?
Well, I mean, I think when you're up against it, and it's 6 straight defeats now for Bury, you want your confidence players, your flair players to get you out of a hole, and there you're talking your Peter Sweeneys or your Michael Jones, whatever it might be, and at the moment they seem to be hiding a little bit for me and not wanting to get hold of the ball and go and work. I thought Andy Bishop was excellent the other night against Chesterfield. He led the line well. He looked up for it, but I think Sean Harrod still looks a little way short of match fitness. The creative players are the ones you need to dig yourself out of a hole.
Well, Bishop, he's an experienced player. Obviously, this is the sort of time when your experienced players have got to come to the fore, isn't it?
Absolutely. I mean, the thing is, there aren't many of them left, and I think everybody realises what a job Richie Barker's got on his hands at the minute, with a couple of very key players missing, and the obvious ones that have moved on. But you need your Sodges, your Bishops to get hold of that game, and they'll need them in bucket loads against Hartlepool.
And Mark, you were there on Saturday. Obviously, it was doom and gloom after the game against Rochdale, and Richie Barker came out with some quite illuminating quotes, didn't he, after the game, where he was talking about pressure being on himself.
Yeah, I think he realises that. I suppose it's football. There's always pressure in football management, and being a young manager, I think you get it more than most. I don't think you get as much time as maybe someone who's a bit more experienced. I think he's feeling the pressure. He did say that he felt as though he'd run over a black cat before the season started, because he's lost the spine of his team in a lot of ways. His goalkeeper Cameron Belford suffering with confidence. Then you've got his centre half Mark Hughes, his only summer signing, pulls up injured. Then Damien Mazika goes to Scunthorpe. Ryan Lowe is gone to Sheffield Wednesday. That's your spine of your team, and he's lost it. And I think Mark put in his match report on Tuesday night against Chesterfield last year when they went up. 8 of the team was not on the pitch on Tuesday night.
That's a big sweeping change, isn't it, over the case of what is just a few games,
so
really.
In effect, it's become a rebuilding job, it seems.
Yeah. So it seems only a couple of weeks ago since I was asking the questions before, and it was all, there was a lot of light happening there. Bury were going quite well, 3 wins, etc. It's all changed all of a sudden. Obviously, it's got to change back. Something's got to happen, otherwise we're going to be in for a long, hard season. What do you think needs to, what can you put your finger on what you think in particular, most important thing that needs to happen now?
I think they need a bit of luck, first of all. I think the injuries need to stop. The suspensions, like Efisoglu's missing on Saturday, that doesn't help. Andre Jones is going to have to step in. And he just needs the more senior players, and like Mark said, the creative players like Michael Jones, Peter Sweeney, produce that bit of magic, put them 1-0 up at Hartlepool. Confidence comes back, and it might all be, we might all be happy again, but we'll have to see.
And Hartlepool, what sort of form are they in?
Very good. I think they're on the best run of form since Richie Barker was there as a player. They're like smashing club records at the moment. They seem unstoppable. So, not the one you want when you're 6 games.
But this is the sort of time when you can prove yourself as a player and as a character. Of
course it is. You've got to be stand up to be counted now. They got Richie Barker says he's lavished loads of praise on the team. Now it's time that they're not performing. He's got to say, look lads, you're not turning in the performances. Let's do something.
Well, it's a test of the manager as well, because he's a rookie manager. Everything was going swimmingly when he came in last season. As he said himself, the team picked itself. Now's where he earns his corn, because he has to go in, pick those lads up after some really poor performances now, and go into a very difficult game. So it's as much a test of the manager's skills now as it is the players.
Oh, that's the job, isn't it? That's what you're in. That's what you're in for. Well, thanks lads for that, and hopefully we're talking a bit happier next week.
Let's hope so.
Well, thanks for joining us on Talking Shakers. Don't forget to get the paper every Thursday for unrivalled coverage of Bury FC, and join us every week for Talking Shakers.